Hey everyone, Aaron here, and welcome to another Let's Play of a visual novel called StarCraft 2 Visual Novel, so SC2VN. Funny story. This is actually not funny, but what I was redoing, I was actually doing this, the first recording of this, and I actually got in a decent way through the game, and lo and behold, I noticed my game capture wasn't on, so I have to redo this essentially again, which is it's not per se a big deal, but it's like, dang, I'm still learning a lot when it comes to doing these let's plays of these things. So I mean, it's bound to happen that I'm gonna make mistakes here and there, and I'm gonna mess up audio and stuff like that. But yeah. So hopefully, like for example, hopefully the people around me, if there's anyone around me right now listening to this, they don't actually go, oh God, didn't I hear just the same line like 5 times already? Um, they probably gonna have to hear it again. Anyways, so I'm gonna do this one more time. I know this time this working because I checked to test this out to make sure it worked this time, which I should have did before, but I forgot to do completely. So it's something that I'll tell you guys right now you should do if you ever do these. Check to make sure it works. Um, this is an interesting visual novel. It's actually free to play on Steam. I like it a lot. I think it's really cool. It's actually essentially about the esports scene. So if you guys don't know what esports are, it's just essentially the concepts of video game sports like in real life. So example, playing StarCraft, playing things that like Dota, stuff like that. And people make a lot of money off these things. There's a lot of competition with them. There's a lot of tournament-based stuff that has become more popular as the course of the like decade has gone by. Because I mean, these things weren't yet popular maybe 15 years ago, but when they started to get popular around that time, and now you see them now blowing up where they even have them on ESPN when there's big tournaments out like that. I'm saying that it has grown. That has grown, excuse me, significantly. Anyways, though, without further ado, I'm gonna start this. So, like I said, I've played the first you know, I want to say 15 minutes of it, first 20 minutes of it, so I do know a little bit of what's happening in the beginning. But it's one of those visual novels, so it really doesn't have much per se besides choices here and there. I'm only gonna run these things for about maybe 12 minutes. This first one will probably be 15 minutes, but most of them will never go beyond 12 to 15 minutes, just because I think it's a little more bite-sized and edible for you guys to watch a 12-minute video rather than a 15-minute long video. Anyways, without further ado, let's start this. In StarCraft 2 visual novel, you select your gender of your main character, Mach. So your main character is Mach. They actually are pretty cool looking characters, by the way. I'll tell you that right now. The choices will impact he or she appears. The story differences are minor. Now select the main character. Well, I'm a guy, so I'm going to choose the main guy again. Yes, I want to play as the male main character. Mach. It's actually a pretty cool name. It's a little weird, but it's pretty cool. Alright. There's a certain feeling that every StarCraft player gets before they lose. Most try to ignore it at first, as if the inevitable is just another challenge to fight through. Like their past mistakes don't count if they try just a little bit harder. It's a natural thing to believe otherwise contradicts the hours we spent practicing. Still, every player must eventually come to terms with defeat. That they have to queue up for another game, or maybe that they flew across the world for nothing. I haven't met many players that could take a loss in stride. It's painful, it's permanent, it's proof that your best isn't always enough. Long after my elimination, I remain at the PC with a blank look in my eye. Click shoot from my finger as I leap from page to page. A tournament update mentions my defeat in passing, but no one acknowledges it. When my frustration fades, I'm left only with guilt. I should have practiced harder. See, I'm very odd like that. I said this before, but I actually don't mind losing. I'm one of the people that actually piss off other people when I lose because I never get really stressed out or really angry or violent or anything like that. You know, I'll get worked up occasionally if I'm playing something for hours and hours and I lose constantly or something like that. I'll get a little worked up, but that's not more so because I'm losing. It's more so because I'm tired of playing something at that point. But yeah, I've always taken loss in stride. I think it's fun. I think it's something that you learn from your mistakes. You go, okay, I learned that I need to do this differently or I need to do this differently. That's just how I've always been. I've just been, a guy who likes losing once in a while and a guy who loves winning too. But I understand completely. Trust me. I know a lot of my friends who do these tournament scenes, like not professional. I've done a few non-professional tournament ones, and you lose and you feel that little pinch of like, ah, man, I lost early on, or I lost midway through, or I lost near the end, and you feel it. It's there. Without further ado, let's go back. I consider sticking around to watch the final few games, but the knot in my stomach persuades me to avoid any more stress. People are nice enough to a foreigner with the heart to attempt a Star League qualifier, but without a win, I'm just one more long line of losers. funny, by the way, so I wonder if I could do this audio perfectly again. 100 spend their best years chasing the esports dream. 1 in 50 makes it. This is for those that don't. I still think this is foreshadowing. I saw this earlier before, and I'm like, but yeah, I said this. I had this perfect my second time doing this. Perfect. Let's see if I can do that again. Every game of StarCraft begins the same. Gather resources, train a worker, construct a building, rally an army, defend a base, contest the map. Turn something small into something more. This game is punishing. It's stressful. It's draining. It builds you up and tears you down. It's not for everyone. It might never be for me. How many more chances am I going to get? What was my last? Oh, the feeling is back. Why am I still trying? Why can't I quit? My fist roused the desk and sends a plastic bottle onto the floor. With my chin in hand, I throw myself into the match replay. I force down a measured breath. Losing a throwaway ladder game shouldn't be bother a player of my rank. Now, really fast, guys. If you actually open, I'll do it for you guys right now. If you open using escape or right-clicking the word, you can actually open the glossary. And actually, check this out. You can actually look at the words if you really don't understand what they mean. So it's since I got into a little bit of the game, it shows all the words you've unlocked. So I've gotten to the Brood War part, but it's pretty cool. I think this is really nice that they have this in this game at all. Alright. I forced out. Oh, I think I said that already, so I'm not gonna say that again. Scout denial and my poor control of the final fight gave my opponent the edge. In retrospect, my mistakes seem obvious. I tore the conclusion that he was hacking before realizing I'm just making excuses. No, I should have been able to win that one. Despite the Grandmaster badge next to my handle, I find myself too anxious to queue for another game. The loss of the Victory Star League qualifier earlier today isn't helping my mindset. I comb my tiny room with a look, restless and unmotivated. Sitting alone in a dark room for extended periods of time is incredibly depressing, a fact I only learned when it became a significant part of my life. Only one thing is certain, I've got to get out of here. I'm the same way. If I get really depressed or if I, stressed out, I just need to go for a run or a walk. After double checking that my apartment door is locked, I hustle down the stairs and onto the sidewalk. Light grows with each step toward the shining skyline. Catchy pop beats and posters of flawless models dominate street after street. Foot traffic is thick and impatient. Sewell Tower stands tall from a distant hilltop. But even the lingering excitement of a life in a faraway place can't dredge me out of my hopelessness. Sometimes, especially on days like this, I regret pursuing esports. It's a thought I've had more times than I care to admit since coming to South Korea. Even saying that, I know that I can't keep myself from competing. It's in my nature. And truth be told, this damn game is the only thing I'm good at. What is StarCraft? Some respond to that with an explanation on its game mechanics or its storyline. There are other players' popular answers too, that requires the dexterity of a pianist, alongside the strategic thinking of a chess player. Maybe that's what StarCraft is to most people. But to hundreds who carve out a living on it, StarCraft isn't such a simple thing. It's the embodiment of competition, of perfect playing field, no need for athletic genes, rapid parents, tutoring tutors, or expensive summer camps. You pick up the game on your own, you learn, you improve, you work. If you're good enough, you become a god. And if you fail, you stay a nobody. I wonder if most people feel like this when they play StarCraft 2. I'm not building toward a long-term career. I'm friendless in a foreign country. I'm respected by no one. And if I don't qualify for the VSL next month, I'll be back home at square one. I'll be nothing. But hey, at least I play games all day. Right. Mom, are you completely sure you haven't forgotten anything? Do you have enough money for the cab when you land? Are you sure the department's got your money? Is your cell phone charged? You bought an extra charger, right? Mom, I'm fine. Please, nothing bad is gonna happen. Remember, there won't be anyone to do your laundry, cook your meals, or wake you up when you oversleep. Budget well and you have 2 months. I won't hear anything about a loan for the flight home. It takes effort to keep a frown on my face. I'm certain my parents came to see me off only so that they say they did. I've already sank the entirety of my savings into this. Now is not the time for second thoughts. My dad gestures toward the security line and taps his watch twice. Go on. The sooner this is over with, the better. I'll come back in one piece, hon. Nothing comes when I think of how to respond, so I only nod. Without another word, my parents walk away. The look of determination. He has to make his own mistakes. I tighten my fist, pace quickening, even though I want to prove everyone who doubted me wrong. I'm tired of losing for no one's sake but my own. With the sun long set, overhead signs wash its reading colors. I've wandered so far that a walk back to my apartment would take almost a half hour. My renewed drive to practice my craft drives my search for a place to play. It's not long before I see the words I'm looking for. PC Bang. The amount of foot traffic suggests it's pretty popular internet cafe. A sign on the front window reads Golden Zone Fire. Though I've only visited them a few times, PC bangs are one of the things that interested me most about Korea when I first got into StarCraft. Duking it out for champion status of a neighborhood cafe is old school cool, like the type of western where sheriff defends his turf against upstarts and outlaws. It's an ideal that's a little bit dated these days. Most StarCraft 2 competitions take place either online or in broadcast studios. I'll admit, I've daydreamed of being born a decade earlier and playing the original esport Brood War during its rise along the PC bang. I remember Brood War, by the way. That's kind of sad. A better time, or so they say online. I trundle upstairs and pass through the doorway, immediately struck by the size of the place. There has to be at least 80 computers. The crowd is too large for an ordinary evening. There are more people than PCs even. I indulge my curiosity in the first person I see, a dark-haired guy observing a match of StarCraft 2 from behind someone's shoulder. Excuse me, is there an event going on? The guy turns to look. Oh, it's Sasuke from Naruto, apparently. The guy turns and looks at me as I speak something other than Korean. After a brief silence, he responds, "Are you new or something? How have you not heard of an all-out attack?" "Yeah, I'm new. I am new. I'm just asking." He hems and glances away for a moment, though he doesn't apologize. He does fill me in. Golden Stonefire hosts a StarCraft 2 tournament called All Out Attacks once a month. It's one of the few places you'll find a decent player outside of an online cup or a star league. Used to be a Brood War tournament, actually. I see. Thanks, man. Who are you here to cheer for? He only stares in response. The guy walks away with a shake of his head, mumbling something about foreigners. Mumble, mumble, grumble, all foreigners. Mumbles. Sorry, Sasuke. Yeah. Anyways, the back of his shirt sports the Korean Pro Gamer Association logo. Oh, he must be a Brood War fan. None of the StarCraft teams under KPGA's regulations compete in anything except the original game, Brood War. Understandably, they don't want to fracture a scene they've worked so hard to build up. And that's lucky for those of us trying to keep from drowning in a game that's already deep with talent. KPGA players train for unbelievable hours. Well, I came here to practice and now I'm presented with the next little chance to do so if that's what the guy said is true. A few stares follow me as I walk to put my name on the sign-up list. I must look like a tourist and over my head. I'm definitely not the first foreigner to go abroad for esports, but most come to South Korea only play once they have results or fame. After playing for an hour worth of my PC time at the front, after paying for an hour's worth of PC time at the front desk, I settle for a station that has mouse and keyboard similar to my setup back home. A few minutes later, I join my opponent's game lobby just in time for the start of the first round. His name isn't familiar, so I check his profile to see he's ranked midway through Master League. Not bad for a casual player. He seems eager enough by the rate he's spamming go 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 in the pre-game chat. The game gets underway once I confirm that I'm ready. So with that, I think I'm gonna end it here. It's probably a little bit under 15 minutes, but I'll end it here for the time being. Anyways, guys, I hope you really enjoyed this. I really have fun doing these. Please watch and please like, comment, subscribe. Please share them with other people if you can help me a little bit. Just kind of share the love here. And as always, guys, I'll talk to you later. Have a good day. Bye bye.